what I would say to that, which I would say to so many of the totally understandable, the growing pains, if you like, of being in government after 65 years, and the unaccustomed feeling of being part of a coalition group, and the litres and litres of ink that's spilt by commentators analysing every which way about this coalition, is that it's still very early days. We are 5 months into a 5-year parliament. I don't believe the overall balance of what this government has done can be clearly judged yet. I think it's very, very clear, some of the decisions I've already talked about, whether it's our influence on stepping up aid and our commitment to the developing world, whether it's our commitment to political reform, ending child detention, whether it's our commitment to pensioners, the child tax credit, to getting people out of paying income tax altogether. I think our mark is very, very clear to see. What I think is taking some time is for the way in which coalition politics is portrayed to catch up with the reality of coalition politics. We've got a political language, if you like, which I understand in our country, which is all about if someone's up, someone's down. If someone's winning, someone else has to lose. It's all a zero-sum game. It's the kind of machismo of the kind of highly confrontational political culture we've got, aided and abetted, of course, by this kind of near state of apoplexy and hysteria on the part of the Labour Party, who have sort of behaved with spectacularly bad grace because they lost the election and have now become, bizarrely, one of the most conservative parties in Britain, reacting very aggressively to anything that is new and that is different. What we need to do constantly is explain to people that this is not a Conservative government, it's not a Liberal Democrat government. It is by definition a coalition government made up of compromises, and that we need to encourage people to understand that this is a balance between our policies and our values. That's what we do every day in government, and that's what I think over time will become very obvious to people in the country at large.
If I can come back with a supplementary, I think we're punching way above our weight in this coalition, no question of it. But it would be really great to hear occasionally from you and from some of the ministers that they actually don't like a policy that they're announcing.
Jill, can I just ask you to imagine a press conference where Mike Moore gets up and says, I am announcing a policy which I hate. I'm sorry, there are just certain constraints in practical politics. I guess my view is this is my view generally on life. If you're going to do something, either do it properly or don't do it at all. If you're part of a coalition government, you are part of that coalition government. You own that coalition government. Yes, you have to defend that coalition government. Yes, you have lots of battles and lots of arguments, lots of debates, but you don't spend all your time hanging out your dirty washing for everyone to see. I know I'm constantly urged by friends, by colleagues, by many of you here. I see it in the papers, commentators constantly saying, why doesn't Nick Clegg pick a fight with David Cameron, create a synthetic row? Do you know what that would do? I think it might give you a good sort of feeling for about 5 minutes, but it would do something much, much worse in the long run. It would destroy what we're trying to create, which is showing the country at large that doing politics differently, that coalition politics is possible. That is the big prize. You don't do that overnight. You show over a sustained period of time of good, balanced, reasonable, progressive government that we don't have to resort back to the tired, sort of bloodless world of it's the blue lot and the red lot, and the blue lot and the red lot, not giving the British people the kind of choice, the pluralism, the diversity that they want in their politics. That's the big prize. That's what we're trying to do about this, and it's very early days. It's a long game. It's a marathon, not a sprinter, overworked cliche, and grabbing now at sort of opportunities to create synthetic differences of a coalition, a government, of which we are a crucial, vital part, I think would be short-term satisfaction for long-term failure. And I'm not prepared to advocate that. I'm sure this has supplementary questions.